You're not boring, you're just socially awkward. I've been there. You're talking to someone and you're literally stood there thinking, what do I even say? They'll ask you for your opinion or it's your turn to talk in the conversation and your mind literally goes blank. Like, I'm literally there racking my brain. Do I say this? Do I say that? Should I ask them a question and put the focus back on them? This was me 5 years ago. Fresh out of high school, new university student, I spent a chunk of my teenage years with barely any friends and mostly acquaintances. So I never really developed the skills of learning how to talk to new people. I never really learned how to have friends. Every time I did have a conversation, it was so serious. Like, there was so much riding on it. So when I did get to university and I was surrounded by loud, outgoing, extroverted people, I felt out of place, to say the least. Fast forward to now, I've transformed my cringe into confidence. I'm a lot more myself in social settings and I've learned a lot along the way, and I'm going to share everything that I know in this video. Hey, if you're new, I'm Christina and I make videos with people who are feeling lonely. If you're a people pleaser, overachiever, over anythinger, you're in the right place. One of you guys left this comment on a video and it really inspired me to make a video on this exact topic. It's so sad that I actually needed to search for this. I really hate the way that I'm boring in a conversation. I try and come up with things to say, but my mind goes completely blank. Trust me, I've been there. I literally have nothing to say and I hate myself. I'm 20 and I think I will never meet my person, the one best friend that everyone has, because it feels like at every point everybody has found that one person and they don't really want to make new friendships. This was me for the longest time at uni, when I felt like I went to uni on my own, but I felt like everyone else came like knowing people. Like, I'd go to parties or like social events, different society gatherings and stuff, and it felt like everyone was already in a group or already in a clique, and I was like, I thought we all come on our own. Like, why do you already have friends? It's week one, it's day one. What I've learned from a lot of these moments where I've gone into a room and literally been all by myself and not known what to say is that if you feel like you're going into a room and being rejected by people, honestly, it's nothing really to do with you. Like, in a social setting, people do what makes them feel safe. People are so afraid of looking alone or lonely. Low-key, I didn't have a choice back then. I just was lonely. I couldn't come in with a friend. But if people get the chance to come in with one girl that they know that they live with, like their roommate, or they'll come in with a friend that they've spoken to like once, they'll do that just to make them not look as lonely as you do. Don't buy into the facade that everyone else has these friendships or everyone else has that one person. Like, but that leads me on to my first point, which is body language is everything. So if I had to give you some advice for your next social gathering, next party, next meeting, next class, next situation where you're going to go in, there's a big group of people and you have to go in by yourself. Body language is everything. When you're walking into a room, the old me would walk around literally avoiding eye contact with everyone. Like, don't look at me. I don't want to look at you. I'm just going to walk in, find an empty seat as close to the door as possible. I always wanted to have like a quick escape if I needed to. Like, if I'm right next to the door, then I don't have to climb over too many people to get out. I'd do that, avoid drawing any attention to myself in any of the lessons, never put my hand up, even though deep down I'd know the answer or I'd want to ask a question. My plan was don't say a word, don't do anything, like stay put and stay silent. Now, on the other hand, when I go into a room, I'm not afraid to look around the room and make eye contact with people. Whether I know the people in the room or not, I feel very safe and capable of like looking people in the face, looking people in the eye, or like waving at people if I know them or not. I don't really overthink it much. Like, I feel like the difference between me then and me now, there's not as much thinking involved with social settings. Like, I'm going to be honest, back then I was overthinking a lot of things. Now I just show up and do it. Because chances are, if you go into a room and one of your biggest fears is like looking at people and them seeing you and them seeing you sit by yourself, like, it maybe shows that you have a fear of being seen. And I definitely did back in the day. I don't have a phobia of being seen on my own anymore. Like, I was literally at my graduation ball the other day where we celebrated the fact that we've all finished med school, and a bunch of people left our table and I was sat by myself just because people had gone to the toilet or gone to pick up some shoes. So I was kind of like sat by myself and I didn't have a problem with it. Like, you'd think at this big social event, the whole year group is here celebrating, we're all drinking, we've all got champagne, we're all in our dresses. Like, to be seen sat by yourself, I think to me before would have been like an absolute nightmare. And I would have run off to the toilet with someone else just so that I didn't look like I was alone. Whereas now, my fear of being seen has like dwindled a little bit, and I don't really have a fear of being seen, good or bad, alone or social. I don't have that fear because I know I'm not alone. Sometimes your fear of being seen is just a fear of people seeing the truth. Like, you're scared of going into that room alone because you feel lonely, and you're scared other people will see you as lonely, or you're scared of people seeing you maybe without your makeup, with your acne scars, with your hyperpigmentation. You're scared of people saying that like you're ugly, unattractive, like, oh my God, what is up with her skin? And you're scared of that because that's how you feel as well. You're so used to hiding and suppressing this thing that actually it coming to the surface is like a huge, big, scary thing for you. You're not used to revealing the truth. You're not used to being honest with yourself. I used to do. So in high school, there was a phase where I literally didn't have many people to talk to at lunchtime. So I'd literally go home. We'd have, I think, a 35-minute lunch. I would walk 15 minutes home, 15 minutes back. The maths isn't mathsing. That gave me pretty much 5 minutes to have my lunch at home or at least be late. And that's what I did. I was late so often at home because I couldn't bear the thought of going to the cafeteria, sitting by myself on my own next to no one. I thought, let me literally leave. Like, my norm was hiding. My norm wasn't being honest. Maybe for you it's similar. You're used to hiding and pretending like, oh, I'm totally fine. Like, you're that super positive, super nice, always thinking on the bright side. You're that person that you're used to hiding, but you're not used to being honest about how you genuinely feel. Like, if someone asks you, are you okay? Yeah, I'm fine, I'm having a good day. And like you're like pretending, but deep down, oh my God, like there is a lot to unpack. Maybe you're going through a rough time. Maybe you feel insecure about how you look. Maybe you're really down about like your parents have been arguing. Maybe you're down about the fact that your skin's flaring up. If you have a fear of being seen and it's something that you struggle with, it's just a sign that you're so used to hiding the truth that your biggest fear is people actually seeing the truth. So going back to my main point on body language, this comes with time, but my advice would be like, actually, the less you think about it, the more confident that you'll be. But some practical tips are, whenever you walk into a room, don't walk into the room with like your head down, like literally hiding and like avoiding people, like avoiding eye contact. Walk with your head up. You're proud to be who you are. You don't care about looking lonely. You already know it. It's the truth. I've been scared of seeing and feeling the truth for the longest time. I've been scared of people seeing that I'm lonely. I'm gonna own it now. Okay, what? Okay, it's true. Okay, yeah, I have no friends. So what? Like, walk with your chest high. Another thing is, when you are kind of like maybe going up to someone or you're just kind of like looking around the room, don't feel obliged to like smile all the time or to like smile constantly, because it really depends on the person. It depends on the setting. But sometimes if you're smiling too much, it can give like a desperate vibe, or it can give a vibe that like you're a bit more shy and a bit more scared. I'm only saying that because that's the vibe I give off when I smile too much. Like, if it, like back in the day, I just know it. I can see it already. Like, the vibe I was giving off when I was smiling all the time and sat by myself in the corner, like, and I was just smiling at anyone and everyone, like, it was definitely giving off like a desperate vibe. The last thing I'll say in this chapter is to definitely unpack the fear of being seen, the hiding versus the honest, hiding the truth versus revealing the truth. Definitely like sit with that and journal about it. Maybe have a moment where you like kind of like journal about it and actually unpack, what is it that I am hiding? Because once you know, it's no longer in the dark, it's no longer in the closet, you feel actually a bit more empowered. Like, even just getting it out onto paper helps you feel a lot more relieved. Once you've done that, the next thing you need to do is to release expectations. Don't join that group chat crossing your fingers and hoping that you'll make friends. Don't go to that party hoping that you're going to make friends as well. Don't go up to that group of girls hoping that they're really going to like you. Making friends is a byproduct, but making friends should not be the goal. When you go up to people now, the goal should not be to like get them to like you or to win them over. Like, back in the day, for me, in my head, I don't have any friends, no one likes me, I'm so like boring and people think I'm like really weird. I was thinking such negative things that anytime I met someone or a group of girls, I was like so desperately wanting to prove it wrong. And I was like, I really hope they like me, or let me go up to these girls seem like they're my type of people, like they're gonna like me more. When in reality, there should just be no expectations. You're not trying to achieve anything. You're trying to have a conversation with two girls who seem really nice. You're trying to go to a party and hopefully enjoy some music, have some fun, and meet new people. You're joining that group chat to hopefully find out about new events, maybe try something new that you've not tried before, and again, meet cool people. Maybe meet more people should be the goal versus making friends, because the moment you say like making friends, it just puts so much pressure. Friendships don't happen overnight. They do take time to build, and that's not to say that it shouldn't be your goal, but like the pressure and the amount of like heaviness on it is causing you a lot of stress, and it makes you feel even worse when it doesn't happen. Because again, making friends, you can make that the goal, but then you can maybe make friends that aren't even good friends. Like, I made a video on this. I can't remember what it's called, but it's like friends versus enemies. You might make friends with people that seem genuine and like lovely and oh my God, so cool, so funny at the start. Things then kind of like become really messy later on down the line when you see like the true person. And I think this is even more likely to happen for you if you are someone that's desperate, because you just so desperately want a friend that maybe sometimes little red flags can slip and you'll end up being friends with someone that's really toxic. This has happened to me a number of times, so definitely learn from my mistake. You are not in a rush to make friends. You don't even need friends. I've made a video talking about how you don't need friends, you need connection. This one I swear by. A lack of friends isn't actually what's making you lonely, it's a lack of connection. If you don't feel connected to anyone in your life, but you have a bunch of friends, you go to parties every weekend, you're gonna feel very lonely. Versus someone, for example, for me, I would say I don't actually have mountains and mountains of friends. I really don't. But I feel really connected to the people that I do have. Like, each friend that I do have, I can have like a deep, solid conversation with. And like, I know within 2 minutes of like saying hi to them, we'll be talking about something like super detailed and in-depth. I can open up and genuinely be honest about how I feel. Like, when I think back to some of my friendships at uni that didn't work out, it's always like, I couldn't talk about how I felt. Like, I felt like they knew part of me. They knew part of Christina, but they didn't know like all of Christina. Next time you go into that social setting, you just need to remember that you aren't trying to make friends. You're just trying to meet cool people. You're trying to enjoy yourself. Because that's another thing. If you enjoy yourself, other people will want to be around you. People want to be around people that are having fun or are a good time, lighthearted. When you make enjoying yourself the goal, you'll make friends on easy mode. Like, it will just be easy. My next video after this, I have a lot to say on this topic, is going to be called How to Start a Conversation with Anyone. And in that video, I'm going to go into detail on like literally how to talk to a stranger, how to get like a bit of rapport going, bit of banter. But back to my main point, you'll release expectations when you literally internalize and understand, I don't need friends, I just need connection. You just need someone or some people, a small group of people that you can trust and you can open up. You can go to them on your good days and on your bad days as well. If you feel like your friends you can't like be bothered with to talk to when you're feeling down or when you're having a rough moment, it's not giving friend. It's giving like you can only be one version of yourself. And that's the thing that will make you feel lonely or disconnected. Okay, so I have some practical tips. When it comes to actually like talking to someone, saying hi, maybe you've just said hi to someone, start off with a compliment. This is my go-to whenever I talk to literally anyone. I was on a first date a couple of weeks ago and I remember the guy, he was already there when I arrived. He was sat down. I literally walked straight past him, didn't even realize that was him. And I remember I was like, hi, are you person? And he was like, yeah. And then he was wearing like a really fleecy, like, you know, those quarter zip jumpers. And I was like, oh, like you look really warm. Like you've got really cool like fleece on. Like, now that I think about it, it's probably a bit of a cringy thing to say, but like I literally automatically, without even trying, I just start with a compliment. Similarly, I was on Zoom with someone the other day. The lady I was talking to had a really nice background. You know when you can like blur your background or put a new one on? She had like this really futuristic like apartment. It looked really nice and I was like, oh my God, like I love your background. I don't know this woman. Like, I don't know anything about her, but you feel a bit more at ease. They feel a bit more at ease when you just at least know, like, okay, this is a positive person. The vibes are really chill already. Like, they've said something nice about me. And it doesn't have to be forced. Like, I don't want you guys to think, like, next time I go to someone, I have to say a compliment. Like, it's not forced. It's like, for me, it's never forced. It's just automatic. Like, I normally just say what's on my mind. Sometimes I don't even get the chance to give them a compliment because they've started a conversation on something else and I'm going with their conversation. But in general, my main point would be just to kind of like, don't feel like you have to steer the conversation in a certain way. Just do what feels natural for you. If your first gut instinct is to talk about the weather and how terrible it is or how it's raining every day, like, talk about that. If you've just taken like a really cute video of your dog right before you came out and it's the thing that's on your mind, like talk about that when you see them. Like, oh my God, I need to show you this video of my dog. They were so cute. If you've just been running for the bus and that's the reason why you're like panting and out of breath the moment that you see this person, talk about that. Like when you start off on a lighthearted note and you're like making fun of yourself or you're just kind of like being lighthearted with a compliment, it puts the other person at ease. Versus on the other hand, what I used to do, I would go up to a person, but I'd come with like things ready to say. Like I'd come with like, okay, ask about this and their outfit, and you know, if you can talk about the session, like in the session they said this and this, ask them what they think, did they find the session interesting? I'd come with like bullet points on what to say in the conversation. I've noticed now when I speak to someone else and I can tell that they've got a plan as they're speaking to me, it just feels a little bit like an interview, and it does feel a little bit, they're not being themselves, they're not being like relaxed. I just get the vibe that they're a bit more stressed, and it puts me on edge as well. Versus if you're like cracking jokes straight away, they're gonna drop their guard and feel a bit more relaxed and be like ready to talk to you and maybe even crack jokes as well. Never take things personally. They don't know you. Chances are, if you're watching this, you've already had a good few rejections. Like you've already gone up to a group of people and had them just ignore you, or you've already tried to message a person on Bumble BFF and they didn't reply to your message. Like you've already been rejected friendship wise. But something that really helped me with this is just remember that like if you have met someone in person, they saw you, they ignored you, they didn't say anything and they just walked away, they literally don't know you. They know what you look like, they know what you wore, Do they know your name? Do they know what your favorite color is? Do they know where you live? Do they know where you're from? Do they know what you listen to in the car? Like, they literally don't know you. They know about 1% of you, literally just your appearance. So don't see it as like a personal attack. Like, people think I'm boring. People, like, this is literally proof that no one likes me. I always knew it. I always knew that like no one was wanting to be my friend. Don't build up that story even more. It's already been built up enough. This is not personal to you at all. It's just literally like your representative. You showed up and texted that person for 3 days, but like they physically don't know you and your story. You physically couldn't communicate your life story in 20 text messages. So whatever outcome that 20 text messages has, that should not contribute to your life story. Like, the identity that you have should not be so shaky that any little interaction with anyone can actually add to your identity or take it away. Like, the only people that should be able to add to your identity are people that genuinely know you, like your parents, siblings, really close family and friends, or you. Like, sometimes I think it's so easy to shake our identity when you're this sort of person because you're probably quite insecure. Like, you probably already are on the back foot because you feel really shy about maybe a certain physical appearance or the fact that you don't have many friends. So each time you do get rejected or you do try and it doesn't work out, like, you're so insecure, it knocks you back again. But a big part of this is not taking things personally, because none of these tips can work if you continue to think that every single interaction is like saying something about you, because they're not. People thinking that you're really boring and looking at you and then walking away, that doesn't say anything about you. They literally don't know who you are. This is why I think it's really important to be like a busy, occupied person, have hobbies, have personal interests, have books that you're reading, have like plans that you've got on the weekend, have an identity outside of friendships and relationships, so that anytime things aren't going too well, it doesn't actually like rock you to your core. I think the main problem with mind blanks isn't even the fact that you're having them, it's just the fact that you see them as a problem. I still have mind blanks to this day in conversations when I'm literally on placement on the walls talking to patients, or if I'm like on a Zoom with a new person that I'm like connecting with from LinkedIn, I'll have mind blanks, but I don't see them as a problem. I'll just see it as like a bit of a pause. And I genuinely am a firm believer, like, pauses in conversation are good. I used to be the sort of person that would fill every single pause because I thought a pause is a sign that I'm boring. Because again, it was something I was so used to hiding the fact that I was boring. Any sign of a pause in a conversation, and I would literally like be on edge and I'd be like rushing to fill it. Versus now I don't see it as a problem. Every single one of us gets a bit speechless sometimes or doesn't know what to say. You could argue that speechless and mind blank are the same thing. It's just the framing around it. One of them has a really positive frame, like, you're so stunned, you don't know what to say, you're speechless. And then one of them is kind of like, you are at fault, you don't know what to say, you're too boring or uninteresting that you had a mind blank. Regardless of your opinion, a pause is normal and a pause is natural. A pause is good, if anything. I don't really like when I'm having conversations with people. This happened actually last week. I was talking to someone and I just felt like a little bit rushed in the conversation. Like, the person just kept asking constant questions and filling the conversation, and it was very fast paced. We covered a lot of ground in the short space of time that we talked, but I also just felt a little bit rushed, and like I didn't feel relaxed or at ease. I didn't feel like there was space for me to like be myself. I felt like I was just answering their questions and like on a conveyor belt almost. So if you ever need reassurance that a mind blank or a pause is okay, just know that on the receiving end, I felt a little bit rushed and felt like I was like being, like, I don't know, I felt like I was being interviewed. Next time you are having a bit of a mind blank or literally don't know what to say, what I would recommend and what I do is literally just talk about what's most comfortable. Like, a lot of the time it's really comfortable for me to just talk about how I feel now. Like, it used to be something that I would be terrified to say, like if I'm having a bad day or if I'm not feeling too good, but now I would literally just say that. Like, I'm convinced, change the conversation if you need to. Talk about what makes you feel comfortable. You being at ease will put the other person at ease. You being comfortable will make the other person comfortable. Don't feel like you have to force things or you have to kind of like rush to say something. In my video, You're Not Boring, You Just Like Conversational Skills, I was talking about this quite a lot, and I think it's super important. A lot of the time in a conversation where you feel like you're having a mind blank, you're just putting pressure on yourself. Like, you're so used to representing only a slim version of who you are that like you're having that mind blank because that representative has run out of things to say, and now you're there like, what do I, like, the real you is in the conversation now for once, and you're like, what do I say? A lot of my socially awkwardness, social anxiety got resolved when I became more comfortable with myself. I think a lot of the symptoms of social anxiety and not knowing what to say, not feeling comfortable, feeling like you're terrified of being seen, it's all just a symptom of like, you don't feel very comfortable with yourself, you don't like who you are, you feel uncomfortable and like itchy in your skin almost. And you can try to kind of like put a band-aid on all these different things, like learn how to have a conversation, or learn how to build up the confidence to go up to people. All of that will happen naturally, like it did for me, when you just learn how to be comfortable with yourself. Like, for a lot of people, you became socially awkward because you were so on your own all the time. You were so alone, so lonely. But then at the same time, it was actually a bit of a safe space. Like, you do enjoy being on your own when people aren't watching and seeing you and recognizing that you're alone. When you're alone in your room, you're having a good time. When you're alone in the car, when you're alone doing your own thing, you enjoy your own company. It becomes a problem when people are seeing you as alone because of the stigma around it. But what I would say for me and my journey is being alone when I was on my own was really comfortable, but being alone when I was in front of other people was really awkward. But the moment that actually became comfortable, like, it became so much easier to make more friends, connect with people, meet new people, and just feel less awkward. Another really important tactic is to use their name in a conversation. Nothing makes me feel more like flattered when someone remembers my name. It's something that I try to do as well, but I'm not actually the best with my memory. Like someone will tell me their name like 10 seconds ago and I'll forget it. So I try and incorporate it when I can, but I also don't want to get the name wrong. It's kind of why some girls make a huge fuss over like guys that remember the little details, or like when they remember cute little things that you said, or they remember like your preferences, where you wanted to go, what your favorite color is. Like, when people remember small details, you just literally prefer them. Something that I try to do when I learn someone's name is literally repeat it back to them, like, oh, Jamie, oh, nice to meet you, Jamie. Like, I'll literally say it back. I'm saying it to them, but I'm also saying it for me so that I can try and remember it later on. Some tips I have when it comes to having mind blanks. Leave the conversation when things are going well. Give this video a thumbs up if you've ever had a conversation with someone and it actually goes pretty well, but then things kind of start to dwindle and like things are kind of tailing off, but you actually don't know how to end the conversation. That has been me so many times. I'm still trying to nail this one because I speak to new people all the time. Like, I always get a bunch of people connecting with me on LinkedIn and like jumping on Zoom calls with them, meet new people at events and stuff that I get invited to, and I don't know, it happens all the time when I'm talking to someone, and it's normally them that ends it because I'm not mastered this myself yet. I don't know how to like end it when things are going well. This is another thing that I've read in a bunch of books, that it's actually like a good tactic. People will perceive you as more interesting and funny and charismatic if like you end on a high note. Like the note that you end on is what you're going to be remembered by. So if you end the convo kind of like when things have dwindled a little bit, it's kind of, the conversation was good, but it's not like giving like the main bulk of the conversation, people will remember you for that slightly less, I don't know, like engaging part. Which for me is not a problem because I don't buy that like metric anymore. I'm not fussed if people like my conversation or not. I like myself enough that I don't care. Half the time in a conversation as well, it's not even what you say, it's the confidence behind how you're saying it. You don't need a perfect script. You don't need like, what do I say? Like, what are the tactics? Like, there's no secrets or like special phrases you need to say or use. It's like how confident you are. How much do you enjoy your own company? You're worried about if that person likes you, but do you even like you? Do you even like your own company? I promise you, making friends is so much easier once you learn that. Trust me, you don't even like need friends like that. There's no like incredible, amazing fantasy that you're missing out on. A lot of that is just social media and people pretending like things are better than they are. And maybe even you building up a bit of a fantasy of your own in your own head. What matters way more is like connection. Building up the confidence to actually open up about how you feel. Actually be yourself. The part that you keep hiding, that needs to stop. And once it stops, honestly, I'm so excited because like the transformation you'll have is insane. I talk about this a lot more in my video. You don't need friends, you just need connection. I'm gonna link that here. Let me know what you think of this video and what video I should make next. I read all the comments. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.